happens in the future, that's in the future, babe. We're living for now.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who he is in a month or two. How is he treating you now? What is up, guys? Welcome back to Gin and Toxic. 2 weeks later. And we didn't announce that we were going to go on a 2-week hiatus. The first week was because Lily was in Rochester. We thought that Doggy was going bye-bye, and then he didn't.
Oh. Period.
I'm so sorry. I did this with Tucker, too.
The dog was going to be
Tucker,
put down.
and died.
Didn't. So everything's fine.
But that's what happens. You think the dog's going to die. The dog never actually dies.
Yeah. And then one day they're like, oh, okay. No, that's
They're just like, LOL, beep. I was just playing around.
Yeah.
I was playing.
It's fine. He's fine. He's literally fine.
Shout out Roscoe. That was week 1.
What the fuck? I wasn't ready for that.
And then week 2, I think, was I got back. But I think I got back like Tuesday night.
You got back on a Tuesday. And I'm not going to lie. Like, I was thinking to myself, like, poor planning on your part.
Really
but,
horrible planning. I originally was coming back Tuesday night because I have class on Wednesday, and then my class on Wednesday got canceled.
Yeah, but I was just like, why wouldn't you come back Monday so we could record?
I know.
But
I don't know.
You really just don't care about the community or me.
The reason I came back on Tuesday is because I promised. I just don't give a fuck about any of you listening. But no, I remember the whole thing was because I couldn't go home any earlier than Friday afternoon, like back to Long Island because of my dermatology stuff. Oh. And I promised my mom I would stay like a more extended period of time. I was like, I'll stay for 5 days because she was like, no, you don't visit me. So I was like, all right, like I'll come, but it has to be Friday after my dermatology stuff because I couldn't move that.
Fair.
So the whole we're going to get into the Accutane stuff, but the whole Accutane process, like there's like this 30-day waiting period. And then once you wait the 30 days to start Accutane, you have a 5-day window where you could start it. And if you don't start it within those 5 days, you have to redo the entire process and wait another 30 days.
Oh.
It's like ridiculous. So I could not move it.
Yeah, you couldn't miss
like
it.
At all.
I feel like when at least in season 1 and maybe early season 2, we used to be so like, we can never miss an episode. But I think now that we're like more established and stuff, I feel like when things happen and missing an episode or 2 is not like the end of the world. It's not ideal, but.
The one thing I will say that we suck at is informing you guys that we're going to miss an episode. We just kind of we're like, la-di-da-di-dee. But got a few DMs and I was like, kept forgetting.
When we missed 2 weeks, I feel like when we put out an episode, then it almost like gets the momentum back and you guys get excited. So it's not something we like to do, but it does happen and it is what it is.
Shit happens, guys, but whatever. Anyways, toxic thing of the week. Let's get into it. Do you want to go first or do I go first? Or
Sure, I'll kick it off. Cool. Mine's like always less interesting these days. I was talking about how I was doing 30 days sober. I did like 30 days and then some. It was great. It was good. Got back in like my fitness journey, but like I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if the sober life is for me.
Yeah.
Like I think I need to be a little more sober, but like never gonna be 100% because I'm back.
I like
baby.
a Bev.
No, I love a little Bev. Love a little Mary Jane before bed. Like it has to happen. So your girl's back. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'd had a few drinks at my work party. That was kind of like my toxic thing of the week was that
drunk at the work party.
Question
for you. Did it take you the same amount of drinks to get drunk, or because you were sober for like a month, did you get drunker quicker? Like, did your like tolerance shift? Do
honestly,
you feel like?
I have a thing with the whole drinking tolerance thing. I feel like you only build up a drinking tolerance if you're someone that drinks like all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking 4 or 5 days a week. Otherwise, I feel like I never notice a major difference in myself. Like if I don't drink for 2 weeks or a month, kind of doesn't really make a huge difference because I'm not someone that drinks that much anyway. But like maybe, because I was drinking wine at the work party too, which always just gets you nice and messy.
Nice and messy.
Just nice and messy. Yeah. I had one beer. I got back from like my hometown on Sunday and me and my boyfriend went out to dinner and we had a beer each just because we could, and we were like, why not? But didn't really feel anything from that. Obviously we had one beer, and then I took him and my roommate to my work party that Monday night. It was like a Halloween party with an open bar, but an open wine bar, which I was like, great, this is not gonna end well. And me and Workday, I think we were just a little excited about being back at it. But
Yeah.
it was a Monday night, and it was a work party at the end of the day. Now, my work parties are pretty lit. I'm not going to lie. Like, even my bosses were absolutely hammered.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Like, it wasn't like I had to be, like, super professional or anything. But we got so drunk that, like, we fully Irish goodbyed the work party. Like, we dipped and went to play darts with people hammered. Like, too early.
Did you have work the next day?
Yes. But we
Did
left.
everybody come into office? Or
No.
It was
work from
remote?
home, work from
Okay.
home, for sure. I was like, can we get, like, a half day tomorrow?
Yeah,
like,
can we start late? Like, what?
Like, everyone was really drunk too.
Yeah.
I was like, praying for everyone for tomorrow morning.
I feel like there's something in the air
At a work party.
At a work party,
Dude, what?
why does everybody just
is
get
that?
So, maybe everyone's just like, me and all these people are just so stressed all the time from this job. Like, we need to just get like fucked up together.
You kind of
like,
want people to see a different side of you, like your fun side.
Yeah.
But I was trying to be like
swear
subtle
there's
about
something
it.
in the air.
I was
those.
just like sipping my wine, like looking the other way. And I don't know, before I knew it, by the end, I was like pretty tipsy, but Work Bay was hammered. Are we shocked? He was hammered. And I was just like, babe, we're at the work party.
Yeah.
Put the fucking like 8th glass of wine
Like,
down.
I could get drunk, the coworkers could get drunk.
Yeah, you need to
But the
reel
boyfriend
it
of
the
the
fuck in.
Yeah. The boyfriend of the employee.
I had a fat reality check
Chill
with
out.
him. I was like, love that we're like back at it again, but like you need to stop.
Yeah.
Like, anyway. So then we were like, okay, it's
Baby
time to
steps.
go. And I just like looked around at all my coworkers and like everyone, and I just like dipped. Irish
You're just
goodbye.
like, bye.
I had to go.
Sometimes the Irish goodbye is so necessary.
If there's
because
anywhere for an
also,
Irish goodbye, it's when you're drunk at a work party.
Yes.
You've got to go, babe.
When everybody's drunk, like, I don't want to like run around the room saying goodbye to everybody and goodbye, man, why are you leaving? But like, you gotta go.
I actually feel like me and Work Bay always Irish goodbye. I'm trying to think of a time that we haven't, and we always do.
It's just
The best is when someone's like, "Are you leaving?" And you're like, "No, I'm going to the bathroom."
Yeah.
You're never gonna see me.
It's very
again.
rare that like when me and Paige go to like a bunch of events, we usually Irish goodbye. But it's like we do our talking, we connect with people, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like just
I'm an Irish
making the
goodbyer.
rounds, like, yeah, I support
dipping.
Irish goodbying.
I'm dipping.
I fully support it.
Back to big jeans.
Back to my toxic thing of the week.
Yes.
Which, shocker, involves big jeans.
Enough.
Guys, okay, so I feel like a lot has happened over 2 weeks. So I think was it the last episode with Leah? No, it wasn't. It was maybe the episode before that.
It not?
What?
I thought you talked about him in that one.
What? I feel like I did too. Why do I feel like I talked about him? Well, I remember like one of the last like big things I said about him was the whole like he found out I was going on dates with other guys thing.
Lol.
Was that in the episode with Leah? What did I even
No,
talk
that had
about
to
in
be
that
before.
episode?
Wait.
I feel like my toxic thing of the week had to do with him in our last episode.
I don't know though, because I feel like I remember telling Leah like the backstory on the girl best friend. I did tell her all that, and I think that it was because your toxic thing of the week. What? I don't think it matters. Any hoozle.
Well, no, now it's going to stress me out. Please hold. We're back.
I was right. You were wrong. Right.
It was
wrong.
the last episode.
Right. Wrong.
Okay. So
okay, we got
Iman is caught up. Well, no, it threw me off because yesterday
Iman's in town.
Iman's in town,
no,
guys.
he didn't bring Barbie. He forgot Barbie. Ken forgot Barbie. Hannah's not here.
Hannah's
but
not here.
We have Iman.
But Iman's here. No, but we got lunch with him yesterday, and
he's like,
he
I'm all
said
caught up.
Yeah, well, he said that he didn't remember listening to the episode with Leah, but he knew about the whole dates thing. So maybe he did listen. Maybe he didn't fully listen through to the episode, and he heard. Remember, because he was like, "Oh yeah, like I know about that." That he got like upset at you.
Group chat or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Anyways,
Iman's in the loop, babe.
Yeah. So in the last episode, you guys know he like got upset. Whatever. Blah, blah. Everything's been like since then. Whatever. My toxic thing.
Nothing has changed.
Not much has changed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm feeling.
He was like, I don't want you seeing other people, but I'm also not even remotely committing to you.
Yeah, and I still don't know what's going on, guys. And if I'm honest, I'm getting a little I get a little tired of it. But I did say in the last episode and have been saying that I'm going to reevaluate things around like Halloween and then like again, like as it gets closer to Thanksgiving and like if it's not really anything, like your girl's
I love
gotta
a timeline. I love a timeline.
No, but I ended up getting, because I've been giving this man so much grace and I was fed up like 2 days ago. And this is where my toxic thing of the week comes in, which is like I kind of like blew up on him like for like like, there's been a few things that I've definitely given him like a little bit of heat about, but this is my first time actually kind of blowing up on him. Basically,
yeah, but when you're not dating a guy and they do something a little wrong, you're not gonna like blow up until it's like the fourth time.
Yeah, exactly. This was like at my wit's end, where he invited me to this like gallery thing, whatever, and he like called. First of all, it was a last minute invite. But it was still last minute invite, but it was like hours before on a Friday. Yeah.
He invited you like Friday afternoon and made Friday
around like 11, 12, whatever, calls me. Do you want to go to this thing? Whatever. We make a whole plan. I'm like, great. He sends me a dress.
Her Friday night is set.
There. Yeah. Like
it's looking good. It's looking fun.
Yeah. We were going to like go to this gallery. We were going to get food after together.
And, like, yeah.
Yeah. And then, so like I said, one thing we'll touch on in housekeeping is Accutane. And this applies to this because... So I get ready, okay? I'm in my bathroom getting ready and doing my makeup so far while my skin is doing this like shift with Accutane has not been fun. I like don't really know how to navigate my new skin type yet with makeup. So I spend like all this time on my makeup also, trying to make sure it looks
the
nice.
Fuck out. The last thing you want to do is
put makeup on my face.
Yeah, but you were like going to this big gallery thing, and so of course you're going to.
Yeah, so am I gonna look cute, whatever.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes after I finished doing my makeup, he FaceTimes me, and he's like, "Hey, like, what's up?"
Like,
and
the girl is glammed.
Yeah, I'm
the
like,
girl
oh,
is glammed.
like, just finished doing my makeup. It's kind of difficult because Accutane, blah, 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 whatever. Then he's like, "Oh, like, I actually was like calling to tell you that like we're not gonna go anymore," and I was like, "What?" And his reasoning was like that, like, well, he was originally gonna go with like this other friend, and then that friend canceled, and then blah 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 blah, and then so now I'm also one thing I didn't tell you, but now I'm thinking to myself, okay, so I was the second option because remember he was supposed to go with that friend,
yeah,
and
I thought you were all gonna go together.
No, it was like she canceled, and he was like, "Do you want to go with me?" And I was like, "That was a little like." So that kind of threw me off.
Heard you.
But then he was like, and I also realized like I have like some like work stuff to do, blah, 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 which I'm like, I get. But like, we're actually going to talk about this today. If you're constantly using the work excuse, like, yes, he did have shit to do for work, but like, if you like me, you should be putting in like a little bit more effort with that. So he like
manage your time better.
Yeah. He cancels. And I was like, I was just so annoyed.
It's a Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Makeup is done.
I'm excited to see this
guy.
You
could have made other plans. Now it's too fucking late.
Also, this guy very much knows that, like, I made it very evident to him. I like you. I want a relationship with you. Mm-hmm. Like, he knows it's not like, oh, like, we're just dilly-dally, whatever. So I was like...
Yeah, not only are you getting canceled on, you're getting canceled on by a guy that you like.
Yeah,
like,
that knows sucks. That I like him.
Yeah, like fuck you.
So I literally was like, big jeans... I'm going to tell you what your problem is. I literally was like, and I told him, I go, you invite me to places last minute, which is like fine sometimes because like I'm cool with last minute things. I like doing shit on a whim, like cool. Yeah. But like, but then you cancel at the last minute and I get all dolled up. And this is not the first time this has happened. I could recall
No, that's
very
why she's
vividly,
upset because this is not the first time.
I recall very vividly another time where I got fully ready just for him to cancel. So like
obviously plans change sometimes.
Yeah.
But, like, on a Friday night at 7:30 p.m., you're really going to cancel on me?
Yeah.
For the fourth time? Like, what?
So, I was just, like, after that, like, I basically kind of, like, blew up on him for the first time. And I was like, it's really annoying, whatever. And he was like, yeah, I could, like, tell you're really, like, upset and mad at me. And I was like, yeah, I am. And he, like, apologized or whatever. But I was just, like, really annoyed. And then eventually I just, like, got off the phone. And that was, like, 2 days ago. I haven't spoken to him since. So, I don't know what the fuck is going on there.
Like, why wouldn't he reach out to you knowing that you were upset?
Exactly, but it's just like...
Again, like, that's where he just loses me.
Yeah, there are some things. He, like, confided in me a little bit on the phone about something else that is his business. I'm not going to bring it up on here.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense as to some of the behavior that he exhibits.
Yeah, like, he's going through his own thing.
Yeah, so there's certain things that, like, align. So, like, I have a soft spot in that regard. But also, it's just, like, it just gets to a point where, like, we've discussed this. I don't think he's, like, dicking me around on purpose at all.
No, he's not that kind of guy. But
when you just look at it for what it is, it feels like I'm being dicked around. Yeah. And I'm getting kind of fed up with it. And it's really a shame because I do like this guy. I think he means well. He would be, like, a great boyfriend. He's a very creative, funny guy. We get along really well. Like, a lot of similarities. We have great chemistry. But, like, it's just being ruined by him.
Yeah, his lack of like planning and
of like awareness
and yeah
lack of awareness
for sure. And it's like I would get mad at a friend if you canceled on me like 2 times in a row when I was already ready and it was like 8 p.m. I would get mad at you. So like to have a guy you like do that, it sucks. Like it's just inconsiderate.
Yeah,
fine if you want to cancel on this plan, but why don't you say like, look, I got to get some work done, but why don't I come over for like a late night movie?
Yeah,
or what are you
I'll
doing
see
tomorrow?
Or
the next day text you and be like, sorry again about last night.
So that's why I'm like, I know, like he says he's like a slow burn and whatever. And like there was the month one where I told him, you know, I like you, I want to be with you. And he was like, well, I'm a slow burn, whatever, blah. Let it ride out for another month. We had the discussion again when, you know, the dating stuff came up and he said like, you know, he's feeling good, all this stuff. But like, it's just like,
even that aside, even if he still isn't ready for the next step, he doesn't mean you can't be considerate to your time.
Yeah.
And like,
I'm just like, yeah. So I don't know. I'm like, as the days like creep up on me, half of me is like literally just like let all of it like just go and just like don't really give him time of day anymore. And then the other half of me is like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to eventually have another conversation with him for a 3rd month in a row. And this time I'm going to be like, you're making me feel like shit. Mm-hmm. He's making me feel like shit. Yeah. I don't feel good. Like,
no, that would drive me bananas.
You know? So, yeah. So, anyways, that was my toxic thing of the week. Is I kind of blew up on him.
Men are like really bad at. We talked about this in LA with Hannah because Iman's guilty of it and he confessed it yesterday. And David Workbay, my boyfriend, is very guilty of this as well. They're very bad at like making a plan and sticking to it.
Yeah.
And then when they ask you to do something so last minute, like I'll be like getting food with Workbay in like sweatpants, no makeup, like, you know, not in going out mode.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, oh, by the way, like blah, blah, blah has a set tonight. We're going to pull up. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean we're
You're
going
like,
out?
I need like, that's what I was trying to explain to him on the phone. As I was like,
I
listen,
can be
like
spontaneous and whatever, but like, what? Don't like rewire the whole
other
night.
Things.
Yeah.
And
like,
also,
what?
like, you know how long it takes for like a girl to get ready and stuff. Like, don't call me, you know, an hour, 30 minutes before and cancel. Like, odds are I already have my fucking hair and makeup done and I'm going to be upset.
Yeah,
like,
no, 100%. Obviously different because on Friday what happened to you was worse and also like you guys aren't together yet. But like, just like this is the thing that men do, because Friday when you made that plan and you told me, I was like, oh, Christina's busy tonight, like Jeff's out of town, like whatever, like maybe I knew Workday was off, so I was like texting him and he was like, let's do something tonight. And then I get home from work and I like start getting ready and he's like, oh, honestly I'm dead, like I don't really want to do anything. And it was like 7:30 and I was like, the way that me and Christina could have like gone and done something fun tonight, but these men just like have no consideration. And then it's just like annoying.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, I get we're dating and I see you all the time, but still, like, it's a Friday night. Be considerate of my time.
Yeah,
like,
no, exactly.
It's fine if you don't want to do anything, but like, girl, me and you could have gone out to dinner.
I know, at least
and had
like
a way better
more
night.
notice. I'm just like,
more notice and just more consideration.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. I'm just like like I said, I'm like giving him benefit of the doubt, but also at the same time, I'm getting annoyed giving him benefit of the doubt.
I think girls get expectations from things that guys say, and then when they don't live up to it, it's so frustrating. Yeah. Like if a guy tells me he's gonna do something, I believe that he's going to, which is maybe my problem. But then when he doesn't, it's like such a letdown. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
like he told you we're gonna start hanging out during the day more, and I'm gonna start asking you to like do stuff like that. And like, make plan. Where's that?
Where is it?
Where's that? And then it's just like you end up getting more let down than if he had just never even said that.
And then it just like confuses me because like I'm trying not to have expectations, but then like also it's like
you're giving me them though.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had that expectation if he never said that. He said that. Mm-hmm. So follow up with it.
So I bet you guys now understand how we got the inspiration for this episode.
Yeah, hello. Like
you're reading the title of it. But yeah, no, it's just like super frustrating and annoying, and I am just kind of annoyed. And I think I have to see him tomorrow. Well, not think. I know I will see him tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to something tomorrow night where he's definitely
going to be. And I haven't spoken to him, so I don't.
Like what?
You know, like
we're all friends.
I hope
like,
when I do, I hope I hear from him today. And if I hear from him today, I hope he's like, sorry.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's that.
Anywhoozle.
See
you tomorrow, Big G.
See you tomorrow night, babe.
They're gonna be like all over each other.
All of my vivid dreams recently, which I guess we could just move into housekeeping because guys, G&T.
Oh my God, there's no G&T. I've been all over the pop culture stuff like today.
The only thing we've seen is that apparently Justin Timberlake has a tiny dick.
Yeah.
And
the Will
what's
Smith
her name?
and Jada drama. Like, were they ever married? Like, no one knows like what's happening with them.
Everything I've learned about her is against my will.
I don't give a fuck either.
I
don't give a fuck about any of their
drama. So we're like, let's just skip G&T this week because like
love Will Smith though.
Love him.
I do. I think the whole Chris Rock thing, I thought that was the funniest thing that's ever happened ever.
I don't even know. Like,
sorry, not sorry.
I feel like everything in pop culture news right now is Travis and Taylor.
Yeah,
but
which
like
we're all
that's
kind of.
just
I love
like,
Taylor, but we're all over talking about.
Yeah,
it.
like
what
okay,
is there
you're
to even talk
together.
about?
Like I'm obsessed with them. I look at every single photo, and I'm like,
the lipstick
this
in
man,
his mustache is giving.
Like that's a man.
That's a man.
That's a man. But yeah, no. So that's like really it for G&T. So what I was gonna say though, with housekeeping, speaking of like big jeans and whatever, is what's been annoying me about this big jeans thing too is that for housekeeping, we're going to talk about the fact that I did actually start Accutane. But before we get into that, one of my like side effects of Accutane that I've realized is vivid dreams. Not nightmares, but weird vivid dreams.
Yeah.
In almost every single one of my vivid dreams, Big Jeans has been in it, acting like a boyfriend. Like more boyfriend than I've ever seen him act.
In real life, yeah.
Like last night I had a dream and I don't remember, I was like walking up these stairs with like a bunch of other guys like doing something, and then we walk into this like room that looks like a hotel conference room, and Big Jeans was there, and he like ran up to me and like hugged me and picked me up and was like kissing me all over, was like so happy to see you, babe. So I'm like, my dreams are putting me into Lululand.
Yeah.
Like
It'd be like that.
Fucking with me.
Dreams
like
gotta fuck with you sometimes.
No, they
it's
do.
Weird. I'm a very vivid dreamer. I almost have a vivid dream every single night since I was a kid. So
yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, okay. Well, with the housekeeping stuff, yes. So,
Accutane.
We talked about
on it.
Yeah, talked about to go on it and stuff in like other episodes. But I actually did fully start it a little over a week ago. And so far, like 3 days into taking the pill, my lips started getting so dry. My lips are the fucking Sahara Desert. It's so bad, guys. I have been reapplying lip balm, trying to figure out what balms work for me. Like, it's rough.
The lip balm girl.
No, literally. I've never used so much lip balm in my life than I have this past week and a half. And this is going to last like a solid 7 months. So yeah, no, now talking about it, I feel like I need to reapply and I will in a sec. Anyways, my skin is starting to get some of the dryness, mostly just on the pimples themselves are like flaking. But yeah, so the driest skin is kind of coming. My scalp has been like a little bit drier, kind of itchy. Yeah. Honestly, in the past like 2 days, I've noticed like some itching on the scalp, which is like, I don't know how I feel about that, but like
hopefully you don't get like dandruff.
Yeah, I know you might. Really annoying.
You very well might, but that's
we'll see. I'll just have to hair mask, oil the hair, whatever.
Like sleeping in it.
Yeah.
Other
than that, as for mental health side effects, like, you know, a big side effect that a lot of people talk about, or potential side effect is like lower like mental health, like thoughts of like suicide, depression, like that sort of stuff. Luckily, I don't have any of that, and I'm gonna hope on not getting any of that. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I do have like pretty good mental health outside of Accutane, so I'm hoping that will steer me through and I don't get the mental health side effects.
Be doing Accutane, I feel like.
Yeah,
like you're in like a good place.
Yeah, mentally. I'm in a good place, and also we're going into the winter and stuff. I would not want to be doing Accutane over the summer because also, contrary to Lily, the day Lily started drinking again was the day that I had to go sober. You're not allowed to drink on Accutane.
Sucks, dude.
No drinking, no
that
waxing,
alone, I
no
don't know if I could do it, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So I am stone cold sober now for the next 7 months.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that's that. I did notice like you're not allowed to exfoliate your face. Obviously, I didn't know about your body, and then I exfoliated in the shower like 5 days after being on Accutane, my body, and I felt my body like having this weird tingling sensation, and I was like,
and you know that's gonna turn into just like pain eventually.
Yeah, so I was like, okay,
like
nope, cut that
almost.
out. Yeah, had to throw out all the Tree Hut scrubs. Very
I got them all, babe.
Yeah, Lily got them all. And then Also, there was another thing, but I forget. I've been just like heavily moisturizing my entire body, using a heavy moisturizer on my face. Like I said, I don't really know how to navigate the makeup yet. I'm working on that. But yeah, so no drinking, no waxing, no exfoliating of the body. Been trying to navigate the makeup. Yeah, also with the dreams, I did do some research. And I heard that the vivid dreams thing is like a side effect that some people get, but only for the first month to 2 months. It's almost as if like your body's like adjusting to it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think
there's
I said
a lot
this.
of substances that do that, like a lot of drugs and like antibiotics, and like it's very normal.
Yeah, so that's that. Obviously can't get pregnant, didn't plan on it, but they really just like hone it in there. So I'm back on birth control. You guys remember I went off birth control for a month.
No, every time you take the Accutane pill, you have to peel off this thing that has a pregnant woman with an X. Like,
yes, and I told Lily
it's so aggressive.
I've been saving mine. Kind of ironic that I'm guys, this is so far. Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, so this is Bag Bomb if anybody's watching.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's another is like because my lips have been what? What'd you say?
If you guys are on video, look at this brush. I'm crying.
Oh, my lip brush, guys. I talked about it on Instagram. I decided to go to MAC and get a retractable lip brush that I could like keep in my bag and just like with the Bag Bomb, because it's like one of those like, you know, it's a jar, like you have to like stick your finger in to like apply
my Blistex
it.
does get nasty, to be fair.
Yeah, and like if I'm on the subway, like my lips be dry. Like when I'm going to the Upper East Side, like to see my life coach, that's a fucking 40-minute commute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to reapply at least twice during that commute. And I don't want to stick my dirty little fingers in my Bag Bomb. But anyways, that's been another struggle, is finding which chapsticks work best. So I started with Aquaphor.
No.
And then I started to realize Aquaphor ain't doing
I'll
shit.
never get the hype.
It's
not. It's
Aquaphor's
good.
not working.
It's nice. It's not medicated. It's not doing actually anything for you.
Yeah,
it feels good when you put it on.
But even that, it like wasn't. I didn't feel like it was actually hydrating me. Like I didn't feel.
Like if you actually have chapped, dry, painful lips.
Yeah, I mean, some people like swear by.
No,
it.
it's good for like the everyday. Like it is. Like I do like it and I have it. But when my lips are like struggling, it doesn't do it as much as like a medicated lip balm like Blistex or that or like whatever.
This isn't medicated though. This is just like I don't even know what this is. Honestly.
Yeah.
Vermont's original Bag Bomb, whatever. Anyways, I realized Aquaphor wasn't doing the trick. So then I tried regular Vaseline. That worked like a little bit, like just for like bedtime. And I do keep the Vaseline next to my bed just in case. Then I moved to the medicated Blistex. Guys, Lily's very passionate about this too. No other Blistex. It has to be
the one in the tub.
The one in the blue jar.
Don't even get me started on that. You know, it's been 11 years. I've never gone. 11 years. I have never not had the goddamn blue tub.
The blue tub.
It
has to be
That's weird.
that one. It cannot be the one in the stick.
I'm not even exaggerating.
It's not. No, like
I've never bought another lip balm.
No, like I used to be a Carmex girly back in the day, but no, this guys, the blue jar Blistex.
I think there's like something about that that's like addicting because it doesn't. Because of the medication in it, like it doesn't
it feels cooling and it actually
really
feels
weird.
like it's doing something.
Like I like sweat and tweak out when I like don't have any left. It's really weird.
A little blisty on your lips, like yeah. So far that has worked like the best, honestly. So I've been using a lot of that, but I was like, those are like little jars and stuff. I was like, I also need something that I could just like slather on my lips before bed. That's like not medicated. Yeah, just when I'm home. Like the Blistex is really good. For on the go because it lasts like kind of long, so I could like put it on and like go about like my day if I'm like out and stuff, and I won't have to keep reapplying. The Bag Bomb,
so good.
The Bag Bomb though has reigned superior next to the Blistex for like at home and like whatever.
I'm liking it. I've got it on.
So far, so good. I'll give you.
First impressions.
So this is like the full jar that I have, but I bought the mini jars, and that comes with like. I think I told you I got like 3 or 4 of the mini jars, so I'll give you one with the Blistex. Okay. I ordered more on Amazon. I also got Cortibomb from Amazon. That was really highly recommended by a lot of people. My dermatologist actually said to get that one. It's okay, in my opinion. The one thing that I haven't tried yet that I will be picking up is nipple cream. Everybody's been telling me nipple cream, that it works amazing on your lips.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
Yeah, so that's the next one. But anyways, that's been the updates. I'm doing like a bunch of Accutane updates, actual full like skin updates on my TikTok and Instagram. So if you guys want to see those when we're not doing G&T, then check it out there. But yeah, that's like it's the Accutane tea so far.
I'm excited for the era where your face is like actually peeling off.
And I start to get like nice, like beautiful.
Yeah, but not the part where you're beautiful. The part where it's like really
where I'm
scary.
just ugly. Give it like another like 2 to 3 weeks.
No, because my friend did this my freshman year of college, and he had a month where I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was really scary.
My chin is already like starting to peel.
But it's great because you know it's gonna end well.
Yeah.
Because if it's doing that.
And another thing too, you cannot pop your pimples because of scarring while you're on it, especially with Accutane. The scarring is way worse. And you aren't supposed to use pimple patches because there's like, some people say you can use them, some people say you can't. I'm not taking chances because I did my research and I saw way too many because your skin is so sensitive. Horror stories of people pulling the pimple patch off and it literally tears a layer of skin off with it. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm throwing up. That's really...
Because normally, in order to like try and not like scratch or like pick at my face, I put a pimple patch on.
You know those foot masks that you do where like it peels off your entire foot over the span of a week? That is Accutane, I feel like, and you're just gonna have like a brand new face.
But like for months and months and months.
It's a little bit more of a process.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you do those foot masks, you have a brand new foot. And then I feel like you're just going to have a brand new face.
So funny. So you also have to get blood work done every single month. And so when I got I got blood work done like 2 months ago, not for Accutane, just for like general like testing, whatever, for like my primary care doctor. And I had this woman do my blood work, and she was so nice. And we were kikiing, and I told her about Gin and Toxic and like all this stuff. And she loved me. And then when I went back to go get my Accutane, my first round of Accutane blood work done, she was my person again. And I'm horrible with blood work, and I tend to just like blabber to like get it over with and whatever. And so we're talking, and I was like, oh my god, yeah. I was like, heads up though, I was like, I'm not really the best with blood work, but I had you last time you did my blood work like 2 months ago. She was like, oh my god, was I good? And I was like, yeah. I was like, we were talking a lot about my job, and she was like, oh, what do you do? I was like, I'm the girl with the sex podcast. And she was like, oh my god,
that's I told my podcast that we never talk about sex on.
She's like, I remember you gave me your sticker. I gave it to my daughter.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I know. And I was like, she was like, oh my god, how's that going?
Love.
So nice. Shout out to the queen at the Greenpoint Quest Diagnostics.
Yay.
Catch me there once a month.
I'll do a free meet and greet outside.
Everybody's donating blood. Like, let's go. Blood drive. G&T blood drive. Let's go, baby. Anyways, also found out that my cholesterol levels are normal again. They were pretty high back in July. And I'm also not pregnant. Woohoo! And I don't have STDs.
She's still going. Oh no, give her a minute. She's still going.
Anyways, that's enough of housekeeping.
I'm obsessed with 20 minutes about God knows what.
I just like, need to give the people. It's my personality. Yeah. So and Jeff said that the other day. I told you. I texted you. I said Accutane's about to be my personality for the next 7 months. And then Jeff texted something and was like, your entire personality is Accutane now. And I was like,
to be fair though, like you've gone through other phases where I wasn't interested, but I'm interested. This is an interesting journey.
This is very interesting.
Especially at our age. It's not like you're like 15 going on Accutane. Like this is interesting.
No, it is. Like I'm a fucking full grown adult going on a acne pill that like is primarily for like pubescent teenagers.
It's honestly tragic, but we're making the most of it.
No, it's like so weird. And I was one
She's
more
been
little
so
thing
positive
to add.
About it.
I have. I feel like positive
Me and
mind.
We're like going into the day. I was like, dude, I would be fucking miserable complaining nonstop. And Christina's like, yay, my Accutane journey.
Yeah. Well, no, it's interesting too because I really do have to switch so many. Like I've been making so many lifestyle changes.
Yeah, little things.
Because of it. Like even down to like, you guys know, I talk about my body care routine and the fact that I can't exfoliate when my little tree hut scrub is pissing me off.
Yeah, can you dry brush?
No.
Jesus Christ.
No I can't even. The other day I even use like yeah, I can't even use usually I was like to wash my full body I use like a washcloth, and even that like scrubbing that on my skin washing made my skin feel like a little
and that's now, so I've been just doing imagine like a month or two.
I've been going caveman style on the hands. Like,
damn, bro, that's tragic. See, once again, I could never. I must tan
and then
weekly.
Obviously drinking like
that's nuts.
No pimple patches. Those have been my like holy grail. Like
no, this
also
is all...
being a woman, going from I have super oily skin, going from that to super dry skin. And not knowing how the fuck to navigate that type.
Oh
that
my God,
skin type.
I have a few liquid blushes I can give you.
Maybe I will start getting. Maybe this is my opportunity to finally get into liquid
products.
Like,
I just got a huge PR package too.
I'm
from
all powder products.
Where was? Oh, Tower 28. That brand. They make a lot of like dewy. I have like a cream brow. You can try it all.
You know what I just brought back that I realized I had in Long Island that I brought from here to Long Island. And then it went viral on TikTok, so I brought it from Long Island back to here. The Youthforia shifting blush, the one that's like green, and you put it on, and they like. I brought that back.
Of that. Yeah, they're good.
So that was that. Also, shout out Caudalie Skincare. I was emailing the girl and we were talking about like getting me like some updated products, and I told her that I was going on Accutane and that I'll need hydrating things, and they sent me the nicest PR package. They have like
Accutane friendly products.
Yeah, they sent me the nicest PR package, like with their like creams and this like serum that Lily was telling me about that I should start using actually.
Yeah,
a while ago they sent that. Yeah, so I changed my whole skincare routine, my lifestyle, I've been having to drink way more water because like,
I kind of think of that brand as like the expensive like La Roche-Posay because it's all made in France and like the ingredients are really good.
Yeah,
and, like,
I really
it's good shit.
Yeah, I really like Caudalie, so shout out to them. I was gonna say one more thing, but I forget what it was, so we could just
let's
move
get
on.
into it. So
let's just move on.
Take my hoodie off really quick.
Lily's sweaty. So, earlier.
Let's just dive right in.
Let's just dive right in.
Classic 40 minutes in.
Let's just dive right in, guys. No, well, today's episode is obviously, we don't know how we're going to word the title yet, but basically, like, is he going to commit or is he just playing with you?
Is he stringing you along?
Yeah. Is there signs that he's stringing you along, signs that he's dicking you around, like, and then the signs that, oh, like, he actually wants this to be a thing. Obviously inspired by events. Inspired
by
like God forbid one of his friends are listening to this, which they probably are.
Oh, good God. We just have fans.
And if you are, I mean, honestly, like maybe like tell them to like, you know, step some pussy
Get it
up.
together.
Step your pussy up, big jeans.
Yeah.
Step your dick up.
And stop hiding. Like, if you listen to the show, like, DM me. Like, let me know.
DM me. Like, whatever. Anyways, yeah. So, obviously, I feel like this is good. Like, when we were, like, thinking about this episode, I was like, I'm surprised that we haven't done this yet.
I know. Yeah. Because this is such a common, like, thing with dating. Like, trying to figure out ways.
At least I don't think we've done this, or maybe we've done something similar, but like
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Planning the episode, I was like, I don't think we've done this before. But whatever. So yeah, we're gonna talk like signs that he's stringing you along, signs that he'll commit, and then like a lot of like questions to ask yourself, because I feel like if you just like questions are the way to know. One of the biggest things that you, as you guys know, I'm in life coaching school, becoming a life coach, and one of the biggest things that we're taught and that we talk about is the fact that, you know, life coaches and myself believe that everybody has the answers in them. They just need to be like questioned enough to like get it out of them. And like, you know, like everybody has their own answers within them, and that's why questions are so important, because they help you get down to the nitty gritty and actually help you start making like realizations. So we have a lot of questions lined up for you guys that you can ask.
Is it hard life coaching people that have like that are like super self-aware?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
Because Workday was like that, like with the therapy thing. Like he was just like, I feel like I'm like too self-aware. Yes. But I'm like, yeah, you know what you need to do, but you need to figure out why you're not fucking doing it. There's something deeper.
It's not even figure out why you're not doing it. And like I said, that's a big thing. Like I said, with the questions, like a lot of people have their like Workday. He knows. I could tell you, he knows why he's not taking action on certain things. Yeah. It's just not like consciously, but like through like proper like questions and like digging and whatnot, he will get that, and then there will be like the aha moment. Yeah. And then, you know, the life coaching process is about moving forward, like being the person to like what's it called? Being like the mentor to like help through to like keep them on track.
Yeah,
like,
that's
okay,
what
like,
my
in
life
1
coach
week.
Was.
Yeah, like okay, you realize you're not doing it because of this. So baby steps. Do this.
You should have him be one of your practice dummies.
Absolutely. Absolutely, I will. Yeah.
I think it's hard when you're someone that's so self-aware to like dive into therapy because you're like, I know what my problems are, but it's like, then why are you not fixing them? That's where you kind of
No, exactly. I had that issue with even my life coach for the longest time where I was like, I know why I wasn't like taking action on certain things, but I just didn't know. Like, I knew why, but I just still wasn't taking the action.
Almost needed my life coach to, like, hold my hand a little bit and be like, okay, this week, Lily, you need to do
this.
Well, that's,
like, kind of the point.
Yeah,
like, that's what so many
me.
life coaches do. Yeah. And, like, you know, the call to action at the end. And, you know, that's why life coaching is a thing, because they do hold your hand and bring you into, like, you know, the future and make you get comfortable.
Self-discipline's hard, guys.
It is.
It's hard, man.
But
sorry, baby topic. Anyway.
No, but anyways, yeah. So questions, though, is what I was saying. We're talking about some signs and then questions. You know, ask yourself. All right, so let's kick it off just with some signs that he's just stringing you along.
Yeah. He's not sure if he wants to fully commit.
Yeah. So number one, he says he doesn't know what he wants yet. Which this is like very like. Like,
depends what stage you're in. Like, if you've been hanging out for 2 months versus 5 months or whatever. But
or even I feel like by 2 months a guy should kind of or like
if you've only hung out a few times.
You know, you guys go on like 1 date, 2 dates, and he's like not 100% sure. First of all, I wouldn't really ask before 2 dates. It's like a lot.
obviously.
But you know, like understandable if he's like, you know, a few dates in and you ask and he's like, oh, like I'm not really sure yet, whatever, and then you know, that's that. And then maybe a month later, ask again and he has a better idea. But if you're asking, you know, 3 months in or something, you know, where do you see this going? And he's like, I don't really know.
If he doesn't know what he wants with you, that's annoying. But if he is someone that's saying like, I don't know what I want, if I want a serious relationship or not, that kind of guy, it's like, then why are you even going on dates in the first place? Like, why are you on Hinge?
Or you need to make that if you don't want a serious relationship, make it known from the beginning.
Yeah, from the get-go.
You know, because there are people that go on dates and they just want to kind of date around and have a good time or whatever. I was in that phase and I've been on dates with guys that are like that. But it's always
in your Hinge bio, it doesn't say looking for a committed relationship.
Yeah.
You know, I do like that feature.
Or in Hinge, it just says, or the opposite. It literally says on their profile, like, you know, not open to that or whatever. But, you know, you could usually kind of pick up a vibe on a first or second date. If someone's like looking to do something for the long term or absolutely. So, you know, feel out the vibes. Number 2, hot and cold behavior. This is like, you know, maybe like one day they're like super obsessed with you, whatever, want to hang out with you, want to do this, blah, 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 and then just don't talk to you for, you know, few days, for a week. And then they come back and they're strong, blah, 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 and then they don't talk to you. Like, I just think like that hot and cold behavior, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, they kind of want you when it's convenient for them or when they're in the mood, but you're not someone they think about like all the time.
Yeah, and be like, oh, I should like ask this person other days or whatever. Yeah, the hot and cold behavior.
Just checking in. Like, we don't have to hang out every day. But
hot and cold behavior in general in relationships. When you're starting to get to know one, and then when you're actually in the relationship. Okay, he doesn't ask questions to learn about you. Like, pay attention to the type of questions he asks, if he asks any. Like, you know, I know so many like girlfriends of mine, and even I've been on dates with guys where like I am just carrying the fucking conversation and I am always asking them things about them, and they are just not asking me things about me. Like, if you're actually interested in someone and if a guy really wants to get to know you, he's gonna want to know things about you.
Yeah, 100%. It's funny because I'm watching Love Island and I actually think about that a lot when I'm watching like what they talk about. I can always tell if the guy's really interested by if he's just like he has to ask her like, who are you? Like, who do you hang out with? What types of things do you do on the weekend? Or else it's like, what are you gonna even talk about?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, obviously on like the first to like third dates, you don't want to get like too deep with a guy. But at the same time, I feel like if you're not getting like a little deep, that's kind of like you should be having really good conversation. Yeah. If you guys are into each other, at least about like, what do you do? What do your siblings do? What is your family? Like, just like learning about like their families and like, you know, you don't have to like dig into the trauma, but like at least be kind of getting a feel for that.
Yeah, they should just like want
who are your
to
friends?
know those things about
what do your
you.
friends do? Where do you guys hang out? Like stuff like that. You can really gauge like a lot about a person from asking questions like that. You can't just be like, I don't know, asking surface level shit.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, another sign he's stringing you along. Last minute invites only.
Oh God, if he's like on a night out and it's just
Yeah,
like that's the only
like,
time.
But yeah, or like come over, or like
you out tonight?
You out tonight? Come over.
Yeah, or like
WYD.
meet me at this bar. Or like yeah,
if it's only that, there's no plan. Okay, so signs that he will commit. He's open about his life with you. Being vulnerable, kind of like what we were just touching on. He wants to share his life with you too.
Yeah,
he's not just like not talking about those things. He's being him being surface level, doesn't want to commit.
And then if he cares to ask you vulnerable questions, like
exactly,
that's a good sign.
He's protective of you. Now, not to mistake with shut up, fucking fly past me. Not to be mistaken with like
overprotective,
overprotective, or what's the
territorial
word? Territorial, I guess is the word.
You know the vibes.
But like if he like cares like about you, like wants to protect you in like an innocent, like sweet, like
let me walk you to the train, it's late.
Yes,
let me get you an Uber home, it's late.
Exactly.
Like stuff like that.
Or even like if he gets like a little jealous, if you get like sense like jealousy, like if you're like, oh, I'm gonna date with this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and as long as he like goes about it in like a cool way, then
you don't want a fucking psychopath. Somebody who's like, but
do you know the thing where I didn't know this until Work Bay, how guys are supposed to walk on the side of the sidewalk that's closer to the road. Okay,
wait, you didn't know that?
I didn't know this, and the first time I ever hung out with Work Bay as a friend, I did not know that he liked me at all. We were just getting food as friends before work or something. He was like, "Hold on, let me walk on this side," and I was like, "Why?" And he was like, guys are supposed to walk on this side, like to keep you safe from the road. And I was like, oh, you like me, fuck.
Oh my God, you didn't know about that theory though?
No.
That's like a huge, I pay attention to that like a hawk. I'm a psychopath.
I guess no guy I was ever with cared. If I got hit by
Nobody
a car.
cared about me.
Like Work Bay was like, no, it's fine. I'll get hit by a car. It's fine.
Okay, well, another thing, signs he will commit is that he actually plans dates and outings for the future. If he's like, hey, like, in 2 weeks, there's this concert. Do you want to go with me? That's a really good sign because that's like far out.
Yeah.
If he's like making a plan with you like for that.
Yeah. Or if like as soon as you guys are picking up the pace, if he's like, oh, there's this music festival in the spring I love to go to. Like, you got to come with me this year. Like, things that are like
kind
in
of
the
like
future.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wait.
You're like, okay, so you see us like being together for like a minute.
Yeah. And sometimes like men say that shit before they like have committed. Like they don't even realize that they're saying.
Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah.
We get it.
We're picking up on it.
Yeah.
Okay, now more so the questions. I feel like these are like a lot of things of like, will he commit or will he not? Or just asking yourself basic questions. One of the big things though to know is that men do not speak, they act. They will show you with their actions.
They'll say a lot of things, but don't listen to anything.
Don't listen.
Say. Whether it's one way or the other. Like some guys will be like, I don't know, like some guys are really just scared of commitment and they'll be like, oh, I don't know if I like I feel like this is like Big Jeans. He was like, I don't know how much I like, if I'm ready, if I like you. But then he gets jealous when you go on dates with other guys. His actions and like how he's feeling about stuff like that is speaking volumes.
Even like, we were just talking about like the planning thing and stuff. If he's like, oh my God, there's this concert in 2 weeks, let's go to it together. And then all of a sudden you guys just don't go, or he doesn't put in the effort. Or then like a week later he's like, oh my God, that concert, I got us the tickets, let's go. And then you got
because men say a lot of shit, but it's about what they actually do that matters.
Exactly. Like, let's go to this new restaurant, like it opens in like a few weeks or whatever, and then nothing. Like, if the typical thing, like, if I feel very split on this, if he wanted to, he will, because I think some guys are literally just little bitches, but for the most part, if he wanted to, he will.
Yeah.
For the most part, if he wanted to, he will. But yeah, his actions will say a lot. So always pay attention to their actions and not their words.
Yeah.
Talking and texting. How often is he talking? Oh, by the way, guys, obviously we say this in every episode. We're talking about him because we date men, but this goes for everybody, but mostly for dudes. Yeah. I feel like this isn't an issue with women.
Yeah, no, it can be though.
Could
be. 100% can be.
But this is like, we think a lot about the male mind, so whatever. Anyways, how often is he talking to you between dates, and what do the conversations consist of? Here we go. Hot take for me. I don't think in between dates you have to be talking a whole lot. Like, you're
especially
working,
the first
whatever.
Like 6 dates or the first like 6 to 7 hangouts.
Like a little like, hey, how are you doing? Whatever. Cool. But like, I don't think you need to be like constantly talking in between.
It's kind of either like in the morning, what are you doing today? Or at night, what did you do today?
Yeah.
It's not like texting me the whole day.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't need to like do that shit. Yeah. But it does say something, you know, like.
But you should be talking.
Yeah, and also, like, what are you, you know,
silence.
when he does, like, call you or text you, like, what is, like, you know, is he asking you, like, how was your day? How was your week? What were you up to?
Especially if you guys, like, aren't
or is
seeing
it
other
just,
people.
like, shit, like, little, like, things?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, are you always texting or calling first? Is it a good balance? Is he always calling you? Good sign. Are you always calling and texting first? Bad sign. And also, I do challenge you guys that if you realize that you are doing a lot more of the just texting and calling first, cold turkey stop. See how long it takes for him to reach out to you. Okay. Are you using hope to justify sticking around? I'm guilty of this. I am guilty.
Yeah,
I will not lie.
Aren't we all, babe?
Yeah, are you using
God.
like the idea of who they can be to like justify like sticking around and like they'll get there and blah 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 blah. You shouldn't. Even if it happens in the future, that's in the future, babe. We're living for now.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who he is in a month or two. How is he treating you now?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah. Are you genuinely seeing progression in the relationship? Like,
are you getting more comfortable around each other?
Yeah.
Is he starting to care more? Like,
is he opening up more to you, talking to you
getting
about
more romantic?
More things?
Yeah,
wanting to do more for you. Maybe like texting or calling a little bit more than normal, you know.
The
like,
first few dates should be
things.
like, you know, like a drink or going to the park or whatever. But then like by like the 7th date, is he taking you out to dinner? Is he doing nicer things?
I feel like by at least date 3, you should be doing dinner.
Yeah,
honestly.
it depends on like how casual it is at
like,
first.
what it is, yeah.
But like as soon as you guys start to like pick up romantically, like once you can feel, sometimes it's by the 3rd day, sometimes for other people it's not.
Yeah, it
but like as soon as he starts acting like he likes you more, or saying he likes you more, is he also showing that by doing nicer things for you? Doesn't matter how much money he has, he could still be doing more like thoughtful things.
No, exactly. Like, yeah, the money thing doesn't, obviously it helps.
Yeah,
but it's not like, you know, a guy could be fucking broke as a joke and still do thoughtful, nice things for you.
Yeah.
Where was I? Oh, yes. Okay. Is he setting time aside during his week to see you, or are all of your plans last minute? Once again, this goes back to the fucking last minute, come over, what are you doing, blah, blah, blah. Or is he actually during the week being like, what are you doing on Wednesday? Like, let's go get dinner, or let's do this.
Yeah.
Or I want to go to this place, or I remember you saying you wanted to go here. Let's do that. Like, you know, like, I'm not saying it needs to be a big elaborate plan every single time, but it definitely should not be this last minute bullshit all the time. So, you know, is he making a plan, and is he sticking to the plan?
Christina's like feeling this one.
I am. I'm very passionate about it.
No, it's so true though.
I'm fed up.
Yeah.
Fed up. Anyways, I mean, I wrote this down. Does he say slow burn? It's a little bit petty on my part.
No, but it's true. Like,
it depends, but you take that, the slow burn versus the dicking around is a very big thing, and you need to feel out the person to see it, because, you know, it can very well be a slow burn, and that's fine. Slow burn romances are honestly pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah,
but there's a fine line between that.
Months before it, you know, like it depends.
Fine line between that and just like the dicking around. And then also, how is he in public? Like, is he affectionate with you? Is he not afraid to hold your hand? I told Lily that with my ex-boyfriend, he would have a 15-second rule holding my hand. Do you remember?
This is real life, you guys.
This was nuts.
This is not a fucking joke.
Like, he hated me. Looking back at it, that man hated me.
You should make a TikTok, just spitballing.
We should do that thing that's like, what's it called?
Put a finger down?
No, you know when, like, they're, I don't know how they do it, but it's like two best friends, like, and it's like me and my, like, they go back and forth sharing
did he
things.
Do this and then I've seen
being
those.
like, like things that our exes did that we thought was normal at the time, and you just go back and forth saying things. Like, my ex had a 15-second hand holding rule.
Oh no, I could do a lot with
but
that.
like, is he being affectionate in public? And I'm not talking about, like, all over you, PDA, but, like, does he want to hold your hand? Is he putting his arm around you? Maybe he's giving you a little kiss, like a little cheek kiss or whatever.
Is he
like,
getting you a drink at the bar? Is like these little things?
Or is he acting like just like a homie? Like, you know?
Also, I feel like another way to know if someone's just a slow burn or if they're dicking you around is also like, a slow burn is still just focused on you. It's just taking him more time.
Yeah.
If he's dicking you around,
he might be seeing other people.
He's definitely probably seeing other people. Yeah. And he's very like all over the place and just like not like in public he would never be affectionate towards you because he doesn't want people to think that you're like together.
Yeah,
and the slow burn is focused on you. It's just taking him a while.
Longer,
that's why I'm like, that's why I know Big Jeans isn't dicking you around.
No, I know he's not dicking me around.
It doesn't make it great, but it is simply like a slow burn situation.
Yeah, no. When me and him are out in public together, he is holding my hand.
People think y'all are dating.
Hand around my yeah, exactly.
And all of his friends, like it's just a thing, like the way they act. So that's for sure. But I feel like a guy that's dicking you around is definitely seeing other people.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably actively following girls on Instagram and like just like little things like
Swiping.
that. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so big discussion when it comes to work. Does he use his work as a constant excuse? Now, here's the thing. Some people do have like very demanding jobs and everything, but I think a guy that really wants to see you and spend time with you will be able to take time out of his work schedule to make that happen. I don't give a fuck if it's only for 1 hour.
Oh, I don't care if you're
or
a surgeon.
30 minutes for coffee.
I don't care
Like,
what you do for a living.
He is going to make time.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like,
because there is always that.
Yeah, so pay attention to that. On a night out, is he ignoring you? Like, as for this is like messaging and stuff. Like, is he ignoring messages or like, you know, or even in the club, I guess. Does he invite you out or does he not? And I'm not saying he has to invite you out every single time, but if he doesn't, it doesn't mean that he doesn't like you. But, you know, following that up, is he bringing you around his friends or does he not want you to meet his friends? Yep. I feel like if he wants you to meet his friends, very good sign.
Very good sign.
If he wants you to come out with his friends, great sign.
Yeah.
If not, if he's just not really keeping you around there or whatever, maybe he's out with his friends and you're out and you're like, oh my God, let's link up. And he's like, oh, like after, like, you know.
Yeah, I feel strongly about this one because, like, I just know when me and Work Bay were at our worst, if I was, like, trying to text him on a night out, it would be like, don't bother me, I'm with the boys energy. And it's like, bro, what? I'm just asking, like, how's your night? Like, it was, like, never that serious. But then when we're in a good place, it's like, if I'm busy doing my own thing, it's not like, you know, he's not always inviting me to go because obviously you as partners, you need to do your own thing a lot. But it's like, wish you were here, babe. Like, hope you're having a good night. Like, not the whole night, but like maybe once at the beginning of the night, once at the end. Like, he's not just MIA. Like, and he's not like pushing this narrative.
I feel like this is more too like, this applies more so for when you guys are like more deep in it. This isn't beginning of dating shit. Yeah. Like if he's not texting you on a night out with the boys at the beginning of when you guys are casually seeing it, he doesn't fucking owe you that. He not gotta do shit. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
You know? Compliments. What is he complimenting? Is it only the physical or is it actually things about you? Mm-hmm. Listen to it. And if he's like, you know, like obviously
the same
like
sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like stuff like
or
that
like,
is really nice.
You know, I saw this girl on TikTok and she was like, if you really want to get through to a guy, compliment him on something that absolutely nobody else would compliment him on. Like just something really weird and random though, but it will stick. It will stick.
I've been doing that with Work Bay, I feel.
Yeah. Okay, and now when it comes down to the actual talk about the commitment, when you ask about commitment, you know, about like being something more, what does he respond with? You know, if he's saying I'm not ready for a relationship. Why is he not ready for a relationship? Is he giving you a valid excuse or does it sound like a load of bullshit? Like, you know, like evaluate that and like, you know, see if his answer changes over time and whatever. But yeah, that's a big thing. I feel like you just need to evaluate, you know, especially if he says he's not ready for a relationship. Why? And I feel like there's so many reasons that like guys give that are just like fucking dicky, stupid things. Like,
I'm busy.
Yeah. Oh, like I've just been really busy like with work. And
now,
stuff.
if a guy told me like, look, honestly, I'm really struggling with my mental health. I'm working in therapy right now, blah, blah, blah. Then I'd be like, oh, valid. Like, whatever. But when have you ever heard a fucking guy say that when he says he's not ready for a relationship?
I do not believe when somebody's like, oh, I don't think I'm ready for like a committed relationship. I'm too busy with work right now. I think that is a bullshit excuse.
Yeah. It also depends what age you're at. It's like, okay, if you're saying you're not ready for a relationship at 2021, fair.
Yeah.
Whatever, I guess. 25, 26.
Yeah. But also you gotta see too, if they say that and then they're like giving you like the respect of being like, listen, like I'm not ready for a relationship, like I'm busy with work, whatever, if they're just being like straight up with you. But see if they just leave it at that, like cool, whatever, you were being honest and upfront with me. But if they were like, well, like, I just, like, I'm not ready for a relationship right now, but, like, I might be.
Oh, fuck
like,
that
so,
shit.
like, no. Absolutely. We're not going
Fuck
with, well, maybe, or I might.
Especially if you are someone, like, personally, me, I am very much ready for a committed relationship.
Yeah.
I want that in my life. So I can't be with someone that's, like, not.
Yeah.
Like, who's, like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah. See, that's why I feel like with big jeans.
Yeah. I mean, and
So
that's why
I'm
me
like,
and Workbay had so many fallouts, is because he wasn't ready and I was. And I was just like, either grow up and get with it or I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm lucky that he got with it, but like, I really got to a point where I was like, look, boo-hoo, if you're not ready for it, that's fine. But like, I am.
Thinking about that Grease song. You better shape up, boo.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause I need a man.
No, actually.
My heart is
And
set
like,
on you.
if you're ready for that, it's not fair to even try with someone that's not.
Yeah, so we're not taking maybes around this household, okay? Thank
Also,
you.
like, why are you at a bar, like, handing out your number and, like, really chatting it up with girls? Like, obviously, it's one thing if you want to take a girl home that night, great. But if you're like, I'd love to take you out to dinner sometime, don't, like, take me out to dinner and then be like, I'm not looking for a relationship.
Yeah.
I just don't really, or, like, tell me before we even go on the date, or, like, don't be on 5 dating apps. Like,
yeah, careful with, you know, if you meet a guy at the club and then you're like, does he want to be, like, committed to me or not? Like, I don't
know, babe.
Where'd
you meet him, babe?
I don't know if the towel promoter wants, you know.
He doesn't want it like that.
I don't think he does.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do face masks on a fucking Sunday. He's gonna still be
so
drunk.
mad at me if I say
Not that.
he's like, not me.
Yeah.
Like, no, I love him.
Not every towel promoter.
He's I love him.
I don't really get people that, I mean, just because I'm a relationship girl, like, I've never really understood people who didn't want a relationship. And I understood, like, not being, like, I met this one guy right before I dated my ex of a few years, and we were like, you know, like, together for a few months. Like, we weren't dating, but we were like seeing each other for like 3 months or so, and that kind of is what it came down to. Like, he really liked me, I really liked him, but he was just like, oh, I'm just trying to, like, fuck around and, like, have fun. Like, I, you know, obviously he didn't like me enough either at the time to, like, commit. But I just remember, like, the last time I saw him, I kind of just gave him the spiel, and I was like, look, no hard feelings at all. Like, I completely get it. I am ready for something more serious, and I'm going to go look for that. So, like, best of luck to you. But I said, I was like, I kind of feel bad for you, because he was, like, a great guy. And I was like, I kind of feel bad for you that, like, you could have experienced, like, he had never had, like, a girlfriend before. Yeah. And I was like, it's such a beautiful thing
to be in love.
And yeah, it really is, like, the greatest thing.
Is.
And then, of course, a few months later, when it was too late, he came back around and was like, that was really stupid of me. I want to be with you.
Yeah.
Like, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, it's too late. I'm seeing someone else. But I was just like, there's nothing better in life. Is it not all about love at the end of the day? Like,
loving someone and to be loved.
Yeah.
I do think, like, yeah, like, fuck around for a while.
No,
like,
for sure.
Period.
I get it.
But, like,
doesn't that
just the people that, like, just never want to settle down?
Yeah, the people that, like, fuck around for 7 years.
Yeah.
And then are still.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's like sad for them, because it's like, obviously there's like
there's a deeply rooted, yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't really understand it, because I've always, even like from a young age, I've always just been like, there's really nothing better than like being in love. And
no, I know, I've always been a relationship girl. When I'm not in a relationship, I'm crazy, but
and yeah, 100%.
When I'm in one, I'm deep in it.
And obviously, you don't want to jump into a relationship just to be in one, but like when you're like, you know, younger than like 22, like, I knew none of those relationships were gonna, like, they weren't gonna be my husband. But like, I don't regret any of them, even the ones that ended badly, because like I learned a lot.
Yeah,
and, like, it was still fun.
No, of course,
it was fun.
It was fun, and every relationship is a learning lesson, or whatever. Even like my most horrible relationships, I'm like grateful for that.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, that's kind of a wrap on that. And I also did realize for the second week in a row, we said we were going to do Gin and Tips call-ins, and then we didn't set it up.
Bro.
We really got to start that for next week. But we do have plenty of DMs, so we're going to pick one out. And let's get into that. Gin and Tips. Girlie said, this is kind of funny. She goes, guys, I cannot fucking get over this guy. And I can't just go no contact, because I see him every day at school. And even without us talking 24/7, I physically cannot move on. I have a roster of men, and not a single one of them make me feel anything, because I'm so obsessed with this kid. I know my mind is fucking me over by telling me he's my perfect guy, but I genuinely believe he is, and it's driving me mad. Please help.
Wait, can I see it for a second?
Yes. So she...
Wait, why do you have to... Oh, see, like...
What?
We need to call in. Why do you need to get over him? What happened? Does he not want you?
Oh, yeah. Why?
I mean, okay, let's just assume that she needs to get over him because maybe he rejected her or something.
Assume
or like
that he just doesn't really like
he's
her.
like one of those, I don't want a relationship, blah, blah, blah.
Situationship.
Oh, dude, that is hard, especially if you see them every day. But I don't think it's one of those things where you have to like distract yourself with another guy.
Like you're like, damn, that's hard. You have to see him.
No, it does suck.
It's like us coming on the show and we're like, all right, Jen and Tips, time for advice. And we read it and we're like,
damn, that sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, it's impossible. Like, can you
End
imagine?
of show.
Yeah, that's really all I have for you.
No, it does suck. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like the automatic thing that people are like, she's like, oh, I have all these other guys, you know, let me try that. It's like, that's not always the best approach to get over someone. Sometimes it can be like really doing your own thing and like focusing on other.
Yeah, well,
like just exiling
if you
boys
constantly,
altogether.
I know there's like, oh, like to get over someone, you get under someone, which it works in
sometimes
like certain
for
situations.
me, it's made it way worse. Like,
yeah, but that's the thing is that
it has made it so much worse.
you need in order to get over somebody, you gotta self-love because you're putting everything on him. And you keep thinking like, I wonder what he's feeling. I wonder what he's saying. What about you?
Yeah.
And honestly, okay, so here's the thing. In my little toxic brain, not my life coaching brain, but in my little toxic brain, what I want to tell this girl is think about how embarrassing it is that he doesn't like you. Or think about if he thought you were acting this way, that you just, oh my God, I can't get over him. How embarrassing.
Yeah.
How embarrassed would you be?
Embarrassing.
Imagine picture in your mind, okay? You're in school, you know that little bulletin board? Imagine somebody walking up to that bulletin board and putting a fucking piece of paper there that says, Sarah cannot get over Conrad for the life of her. She's absolutely obsessed with him. Please help.
No.
And then little Conrad walks by and sees that piece of paper, turns to you and looks at you in your little brain, okay? Perfect scenario. You'd be fucking embarrassed.
Yeah.
That you are like this.
Yeah.
Think about it
It's
like that.
normal.
That's in my little toxic brain.
But it's like,
In my life coaching brain.
yeah, no, yeah.
In my let me genuinely help you brain. Well, that actually might really help you. I always tell people, as of lately, I've been telling people when they're trying to get over somebody, think about how embarrassing it would be for the other party to find out that you are like this.
Yeah, like that you're down bad.
Yeah, like if or like how like, oh my God, like, you know, like what an ego trip it would bring them on. And nobody wants to hear that they are the cause for somebody else's ego trip.
Yeah.
You know, like if I just like absolutely could not get over my ex and then my ex found out and he was like, oh my God, of course she can't get over me. Like I'm awesome.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. Like you don't want to hear that. Like you just don't.
Yeah.
So think about the embarrassing part. I don't think for this girl, you got a roster of men. None of them make you feel anything because you're obsessed with this kid. Maybe none of them make you feel anything anyways because they're just not the guy for you. Think about that.
Yeah, like obviously
whatever.
they're not.
It's fine. Like
yeah.
you don't need to like get under the roster, you know?
Also, like hanging out with other guys, like ultimately is going to make you realize, like if you don't like the other guys, like you're just going to end up missing him more because you're going to be like, oh, I wish it was him. Like every time you're with another guy, you're going to be thinking about him. So don't even try that route. I really like don't agree with that route.
And then also she said that she like genuinely believes he's the perfect guy. And I could basically...
Is he? Because
I'm going to tell you
he's
now.
not if he doesn't like you back.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, exactly. We need Colin so bad. But think about which I just had this talk with actually one of my girlfriends. She like was like really like obsessed with this guy, whatever. And I was like, okay, you think this is like the perfect guy for you and everything. Why? Tell me exactly why. He is what? Like, what does he say? What does he do? What is he? And she was just like, he's funny and he's nice and he plans dates. Great. Those are not qualities about him specifically.
Yeah.
Those are general characteristics of any person.
Guy that you would be seeing.
You could find a funny, nice guy that opens the fucking door for you or whatever. You could find that anywhere.
Literally.
You could find that on the goddamn corner of
yeah.
Literally. Probably a few on my floor.
Yeah.
Like, you know, those are not like specifically about that person, you know?
Yeah.
If you can't get specific with it, then no. So, I mean, honestly, obviously, well, first of all, applauding this girl because the first step, no contact, great. Obviously, it's hard because you have to see him every day. Are there ways, could you at school walk a different route so you don't pass this kid?
Yeah.
For
sure.
Walk a different route or something. And I'm telling you, one day it's just gonna click.
And
but
and do stuff with the girls.
Yeah.
Girl it up. Honestly, that is the most healing thing when you're going through guy stuff. It's not getting under someone else. It's not being depressed in your bed. It's being with the girls and doing things that bring you joy and that fulfill you, other than sulking and hanging out with other men.
Oh, I want to call in so bad.
I know. Because it's kind of a vague one.
Yeah.
But that's how they all are. That's why we need to do it.
I wonder if maybe a few of the episodes that we've done where
we could follow
up and get more info.
Love that
and
idea.
Be has anything
progressed. I love that idea.
So we'll leave it at that for now. And to this girl, you know who you are. If you want to be a call-in, please let us know. I'm actually going to accept her message. And why is my dentist texting me? Oh my God, for a limited time, they're offering me $1,000 discount on Invisalign.
So now it's only $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perf.
I texted my mom. They gave me $800 off on implants because, you guys, fun fact, I'm missing a tooth. My mom goes, oh, and so instead
She's
of
also blind
$7,000,
in one eye.
Yeah, I have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
My mom was like, great. Instead of $8,000, it'll be $7,200.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. She goes, yeah, you're going to not have a tooth for years. I was
Never
like,
forget
okay.
when I had to get a tooth filling and I went to this dentist that told me that they took my insurance over the phone. And then I get there, they numb me up. And then after they numb me up, they're like, sorry, we made a mistake. We don't, but we're going to give you a discount. And with the discount, it's $500.
What? The dentist has fucked me over.
Yeah. Now I go to Dental Bar in Chelsea. They're awesome. But before that, I was struggling to find a dentist here.
I'll be missing a tooth for the next 7 years, so I feel fine about it.
Do you where?
Remember last summer?
All the way. No.
Yeah, I know, yes. But it's obviously not
I do
great.
remember last summer.
Yeah. It was traumatizing.
Nobody would
get into
ever know.
No, it's not looks wise. It doesn't bother me looks wise, but it would be nice to have another tooth. You know what I mean? For chewing my fucking food.
Yeah.
It gets stuck in there. It's annoying.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. But
it's so tragic. Not the missing tooth.
One missing tooth, missing sight.
Yeah. It's what's next?
What's next?
Never this hair, babe. Perfection.
Perf.
Gorgy ginger. That's really all I have going for
Did
me.
you see in the UK they have a ginger festival?
Yeah, and I would like to attend.
Yeah, one year we're gonna get you there.
We have to go.
We're gonna get you.
We're gonna get you there.
We're gonna get you there.
Everyone pitches in for my birthday. I go alone.
We get you a flight to the ginger festival, to the redhead fest for
so
your
excited.
birthday.
I have to go by myself.
That would be so fucking funny.
That would be. Really
I know. Can you not bring a friend?
Do I get a +1?
I'll get a super realistic.
I was gonna say get a wig. Yeah, get a wig.
Yeah. Anyway. That would be so funny. Anyways, you could go with my ex.
Perfect.
Go with them.
Bye. I have to pee.
Yeah. All right, guys. Love you so much. Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Make sure to follow us at Gin Toxic Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Follow us on our personal pages, always linked in the episode description. You bitch.
Follow me.
Follow me. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.